Hello and let's talk about oral spelling in Tibetan. Today, as you can see, I am in the beautiful city of Yushu, but it is also raining and absolutely freezing cold outside, which is unfortunately why we're not doing another community video. We're going to do a lot more of those. So today we're going to start learning about oral spelling. English oral spelling is pretty simple because we read left to right and the letters just go. So, if you're spelling my name, Amalia, it just goes in order. But Tibetan, we already know, is split up by syllable and the vowels can go on top or under. And we're going to get into a lot more complicated stuff later, like head letters and subletters. But it's good to start learning the oral spelling early, and with each section, we'll have an additional oral spelling video to help you out. Tibetan oral spelling also works generally left to right. And the best way to think about it is it's almost like a recipe. Let's say you're learning how to cook something. It says, chop the onions, okay? Once the onions are chopped, so if we know this part's finished, we're going to cook them in our oil. Cook them until they are golden brown. When they are golden brown, do the next step. The Tibetan language does the same thing. Every single step along the way with spelling, we are going to say what has happened. Of course, with a single letter word, for example, nothing has happened. So the word ka, which means mouth, we just say ka. There's nothing else to say. But what about if we have a vowel? For example, ngo means face. Well, we've got two parts here. So we say first the nga, and then the name of the vowel, naro, and then the combined sound. In the same way we say chop the onions, and then saute them until they're golden brown. We say the result, right? So, nga, naro, ngo. Na, naro, ngo. Let's try another example. How about this one? This is chu, which means water. But to spell it, we have to say the letter, then the vowel, and then the combined sound. Cha, shabju, chu. Cha, shabju, chu. What about if a word has multiple syllables? Do we say the tick? No. We only say the tick if we really have to clarify to a person who's writing it. Otherwise, it's sort of understood that we've moved on to the next section by the way we pronounce it. So here we have a two-syllable word, nima, which means sun. So we have to start by saying our first syllable, which is our letter and our vowel and how they're pronounced together. Nya, gigu, ni. And then we say our second syllable, which in this case is just one letter. Ma. Nya, gigu, ni, ma. And people know that it's two syllables because I put them separately. Let's try another two-syllable word. Nezo means parrot. Na, jengbu, ne, za, naro, zo. And you have the choice. You can say the word at the end, nezo, or people are going to understand it. It depends how you're doing things. That's really up to you. What about when we add a terminal letter? Well, the exact same pattern is going to follow. We are going to go step by step. So let's take la, which as we know is the partial word for hand. Well, we have our starter sound, la, and our finishing sound, ga. So we just say those two and then we say the product. La, ga, lak. La, ga, lak. If we wanted it to be the longer word, lakpa, we would say la, ga, lak, ba. La, ga, lak, ba. And then of course you could say lakpa at the end if you wish. If you add a vowel, again, pretty simple. We go step by step. So let's take this word, me, which means I. Well, the first thing we have is the ma. So we have to say that. And then what happens next? It's not the ga, it's the vowel that comes next, right? Because think about the pattern of the word. Think about if we were to spell this in English. We wouldn't go MKI, we'd go MIK, wouldn't we? So it works the same way. So we say our ma and then our vowel, and then we pronounce it together. Magigu, mi. Magigu, mi. And now we have to add our end letter, ga. Magigu, mi, ga. How's that pronounced together? Mik. So to spell this, you would say magigu, mi, ga, mik. Magigu, mi, ga, mik. Quick note here. In Eastern Tibet, you're going to hear them say something a bit different for the end letters. They'll say the letter and then sha. So, ma gu gu mi ga sha mik. You probably heard the kids saying that in my most recent video. Ma gu gu mi ga sha mik. It doesn't matter which one you use. Central Tibet, they don't tend to do that. Eastern Tibet, they do tend to do that. That's all there is to it. So for our purposes, I might switch between the two occasionally just so that you're familiar with them. Use the one you're more comfortable with. So ma gigu mika mik. Let's try a 2-syllable word. Meto. We learned this the other day. So once again, we're doing the exact same thing. Letter, vowel, how it sounds. Letter, vowel, how it sounds. And letter, how it all sounds. So letter, vowel, how it sounds. Ma dingbo me. Letter, vowel, how that sounds, and letter, how it all sounds. Ta, naro, to, ka, tok. So every step, we're pronouncing it. Every single step of the way. Ta, naro, to, ka, tok, me, to. Now let's use this word. 2 syllables. Both syllables have vowels and end letters. Why don't you take a moment and try and figure it out yourself? The word is norluk. Nor means cattle, luk means sheep, and this refers generally to grazing animals as a whole. So remember, all we have to do for each syllable is starting letter, name of the vowel, how that's pronounced, end letter, how it's all pronounced. And we just do that 2 times. So nice and slowly, it's na, naro, no, ra, nor, la, shachu, lu, ka, lu, nor, lu. And that's it. That is the start of oral spelling. Now, of course, we are going to get more complicated as we add bits and pieces to the language, but I think it's really important to take this step by step. That's the way little kids in Tibet do it. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, come on, who actually does this? Well, you will actually see videos of little Tibetan kids practicing their reading. Let me see if I can find you just a good sentence. By spelling out loud. And while it may sound silly, it works extraordinarily well to teach you your spelling. So you'll hear little kids going, ba la ta la ma, mao chanro choga cho, danga dang, dao bayata yadango yera yer, majong me da me, ba agu ipe, or whatever it happens to be. Now that includes a lot of stuff that we haven't gotten to yet, but the point is, this is how it's done. I hope this has been useful to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. And as usual, please leave a like, consider subscribing. And of course, if you find all these free videos helpful, do check out my Patreon where my blog is totally free, and also where there's ways you can support my ongoing language teaching and get other language lessons that aren't available here, or leave a tip via coffee. All of that really helps me to continue teaching all of you, as is my passion, and posting these videos for free online. Thank you so much, and good evening.